Good morning. Happy October. It's our Remember Live class. It's going to be a short and sweet lower body and core focus workout. No props necessary. If you wanted to wear some ankle weights during this series, that would definitely kick it up a notch, but it's not required and still gonna be plenty of work. Without the ankle weights, just a thought if you wanted a little bit more challenge for your series today. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's come to the mat and get started in child's pose. So bring the knees wide and the big toes to touch, and then sink your hips back to your heels. Reach your arms forward. Actively drive your shoulders down your back towards your tailbone. Feel your lats engage and your side body wake up and stretch. Bring the forehead to the floor and just deeply breathe here. Inhales through the nose, exhales out of the mouth. And remember, active here in the upper body. So palms pressing actively into the floor. Arms floating up and away from the mat. Active across the back body. Deep inhale here. Full exhale. Go ahead and walk your right hand, stack it on top of your left, and then just sort of rotate gently, looking under your left arm. So just a gentle rotation here, opening up a little bit more deeply through that side body. Good, and then switch sides, left palm stacks on top of right, and rotate and look under. Deep breath, full exhale, good. Come all the way up to tabletop here. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips for a quick cat-cow to open up through the front and the back of the body. Inhale, drop your belly, shoulders drive down and back. Bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, round your spine, hug your chin in towards your chest. Again, inhale, draw your chin up from the floor, up the wall to the ceiling. And then exhale, draw your chin straight back down the way it came, tucking it into your chest, tenting the upper back. One last time here. Inhale, arch and look up, tailbone to crown of the head. Exhale, tuck, scoop, and round, navel into spine. Good, and we're gonna go ahead and get started here right away. So keep your hands underneath your shoulders, maybe just a little bit forward of those shoulders, and then send your left leg back behind you. Drop your left hip down so your pelvis is nice and square. Your belly lifts in and up. Press up in between your shoulder blades as if you're in a plank in the upper body. Chin is up off the chest. Point through your left toes, squeeze your glutes to lift and tap. Lift and tap. So what we're looking for here is keeping the weight centered. We also want to be sure that we're not arching through the back and bucking through the back and the lower body to accommodate the movement. So imagine everything else cemented where it is. We're working through the hip joint and it's a deep squeeze of the glutes to get the leg up and away from the floor. A real lengthening through this leg as well, so reaching through the toes, trying to stretch and tone at the same time. And then still pressing the floor away actively, really strong across the upper body and the back body. Good, let's go for 4, tap, 3, tap, 2. Last one here, go ahead and bend your knee to 90 degrees, flex through your heel, keep your hips nice and square, stamp it up. So flexed heel is going to allow us to engage through the hamstring and the glutes a little bit more deeply. This is not a huge range of motion. It's up and squeeze, up and squeeze, up and squeeze. And all the while we're driving the belly in and up, always trying to make everything we do a core exercise. So as we exhale, stamp our heel up towards the sky, we also exhale, drive the belly in and up a little bit deeper, trying to contract through the abdominal wall. It's good for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there. Point your toes, hug your heel in super tight. Send your left thigh behind your right and take it up and squeeze through center. So squeeze the thighs and lift. And try not to shift all your weight over to the right. Keep everything centered, just send your leg behind your opposite knee. Good, keep hugging the heel in super tight so we stay engaged through the hamstrings, through the glutes, up and squeeze and cross. Up and squeeze and cross, good, and it's a lift and squeeze through center. Lift and squeeze through center. Feel the entire back of that leg working here. Keep shifting your weight back to center. Go for 4 and 3. Here's 2. Feel those inner thighs. Last one here. Let's drop it down knee to knee. Keep that heel hugging in close. Hydra lift here. So the pelvis stays super square and steady. Weight stays centered. And it's lift straight out from the hip. Lift straight out from the hip. So keep pressing up in between your shoulder blades. Up and squeeze and lower. Try to find a little resistance there. Good. Go for 6. Lift 5. Working that outer hip here. 4. Exhale, lift 3. Here's 2. Last one. Nice work. Let's go ahead and send that leg back up to hip height. Extend it nice and long. Drop your right forearm down to the floor as if you're coming into a forearm plank, and then your left hand just comes right out in front of your right palm to help support and balance. Rotate open through your hips, so stack your left hip open on top of your right. Reach through your left toes and circle forward and around. Forward and around. We're trying to drive the shoulders down away from the ears. Pick the chin up off the chest. Keep the weight of the leg up here. So let that leg be heavy. Keep it at hip height or maybe even higher if you can. Good, and then pull the belly and the ribs in and up. So we're really asking our core to help hold us up here as best we can. Good, pressing firmly through that forearm, circle forward and around. And keep it tiny, keep it tight, no big swinging circles, only controlled and focused movement here. Good, circle 4, 3, 2, hold it there, reverse that circle, you got this. So stay in that same range of motion, right? Reaching through the leg, lengthening through the front of the foot, through the shin. Good, like as if that leg is growing longer with every single circle. Good, and keeping that leg up. Squeeze the glutes, inhale, exhale, lift and seal the circle. Follow that breath here. Stay tapped into that mind-body connection. Breath and movement. Good, let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it there. Let's drive that knee up towards the shoulder. Kick it high and long. Pull in and kick high and long. Find that nice sharp angle with your leg. Good, don't be afraid to get it up there. Pull in and reach long. You're almost there for 5. Good, and 4. Kick. Here's 3. Chin stays up, neck is long. 2. Good, last one here. Hold it high, little lifts. Flex your heel, lift up and squeeze. Up and squeeze. Drive that heel up the wall behind you. Up and squeeze. Deep, deep contraction through the back of the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Go ahead, drop your knee. Sink your hips back to your heels. Take a quick stretch. Now flip around so you can see me better on this side. Awesome work. We float back up to our tabletop, hands underneath the shoulders, and then step that right leg back behind. Drop the right hip down, keeping the pelvis square. Press up in between the shoulder blades. Pick the chin up off the chest. Float your leg up off the floor, keeping the hip bone shining straight down to the floor. Tap your toes, squeeze to lift. Tap and squeeze to lift. So remember, it's not a huge movement, it's not a huge range of motion, it's a lot of energy, a deep, deep squeeze, a very deep contraction here through the glutes. We squeeze to lift first, and if we only pop our toes up off the floor a few inches, that's okay. We're really trying to tap into how it should feel, not how it should look, right? So it doesn't really matter how high or how fast, but how in control and how focused are you working here. Keep your weight shifted center. Keep your leg nice and long and your breath flowing here. It's exhale, squeeze to lift. Good, let's go for 4. Feel it so much right away, the deeper I squeeze. 2. Last one, hold it at hip height, bend through your knee, flex your heel, stamp it up. Stamp it up. So much energy through that heel, as if there's a very low ceiling right above you, and you're just trying to kick a hole in that ceiling with your heel just by tapping it over and over. Trying to keep that leg up at hip height, press up in between those shoulders, stay active in the upper body, pull the belly in. Every time you stamp it up, the belly pulls in deeper. Exhale, good for 8, 7, 6, try not to drop it too low, stay with it, 4, 3, 2, hold it there, point your toes, hug your heels super tight. Send the right knee behind the left, squeeze the inner thighs, up and squeeze through center. We take it across, lift and squeeze. Across, up and squeeze, good. So it's all about the lift and squeeze, keep hugging that heel in. Avoid rocking side to side in the rest of the body. Keep everything as stable and steady as you can. Exhale, lift and squeeze. You have 4 and 3. Up and squeeze, so tight there. For 2. Last one, good. Let's drop it knee to knee. Keep the heel hugging in. Take it straight out and in. And again, try to keep your weight centered. Try not to dump over to the left side here. Good. Gaze is forward, neck is long. Exhale, lift and lower with resistance. Up and squeeze and lower. Working the outer hip here. You've got this. 5. Good. And 4. Yes, you can. For 3, 2. Last one. Let's take that leg back up. Extend that leg nice and long and then drop down onto your left forearm. Box out here as if you're coming into a side plank. Circle forward and around. So your leg is at hip height. Good. Your shoulders are pulled down and away from your ears. Belly drawn in so deeply. Breath is super focused here. Inhale forward. Exhale, lift, seal your circle. Good. And again, not really about the size of the circle. So keep it tiny, keep it tight. Really focused movement. Reaching through that leg. You've got this. Keeping the weight of that leg up. 8, 7, 6. Good. Circle with control here. For 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Circle back and around. Back and around. Don't lose any of that height in your leg. And don't lose any of the drawing in of the belly. Keep lifting the belly in and up. Keep lifting the chin up off the chest. Keeping the neck nice and long. You're almost there. You've got this. Circle. 8, 7, 6. Everything else super steady. Good. For 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Drive that knee in and reach kick. Pull in, reach kick. It's all about that extension. Upper body stays totally stable and steady. You've got this. 5, kick and squeeze. 4, reach it high. 3, up and out. For 2, good. Last one, hold it there. Flex your heel. Little lifts, up and squeeze. Up and squeeze. You've got it. Stay with it. Kick so much energy through that heel. Dig deep and find that work there. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Go ahead and set yourself down and back into a stretch. Hips to heels. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Amazing. When you're ready, inhale, roll it up to seated, drop your hips and swing your legs around. Good, scooch up to the top of your mat, lengthen your legs, stacking your spine, palms face in. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, scoop the belly and roll all the way down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. I'm gonna scoot back on my mat so I have a little bit more space. All right, I'm gonna bring my hands behind my head, elbows nice and wide. Keep your left leg nice and long here. Point through those left toes. Back presses firmly towards the floor. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to curl the shoulder blades up. Pull the right thigh in towards the chest. And then as you lower, just tap the toes down to the floor. It's exhale, lift and lower tap. And we want to lift straight up through center, so avoid Any rotation towards the right side. We want to lift straight up through center and then hug that right thigh in towards the right shoulder. Good, and we're just keeping that left leg nice and long and active. That'll come into play soon, don't worry. Let's go for 4 and 3. Big exhale as you lift. 2. Good, last one. Let's go ahead and hold our chest up here and float that left leg up for 2 and down for 2. Up for 2 and down for 2. So always an option to drop the head, neck, and shoulders here. You can keep your arms behind, or your hands behind your head, arms nice and wide. But we're looking for a flat back, the ribs pulled in, and that right thigh hugging in. Otherwise, the shoulder blades are lifted. We're working the upper abdominals as much as we are the lower abdominals here. You have 2 more. Inhale up and slowly lower. Good. Last one. Hold it there at about 45 degrees. Lift up 1 more inch and exhale. Twist left shoulder over to the right thigh. And then we switch nice and slow opposite side. And we switch nice and slow. So moving slow through center. Good. Exhale as you twist. Nice and slow. Good. And let's speed it up for 8 and 7, 6. Chin stays up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest it down for a quick breath. Nice work. Bring your right leg long. Point through the toes. Left foot to the floor. Elbows nice and wide. Press your low back down to the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, peel the shoulder blades up. Left thigh hugs in. And inhale, tap. Exhale, low back presses down. Ribs pull into the midline. Thigh pulls up and in, feeling that side body work just a little bit more deeply here. Lifting straight up through center. For 4, use that breath. Exhale gets you up there. 3. Good. Last 2. Last one, hold it up. Inhale, flip that right leg up and lower with control. Good, it's lift for 2 and lower with control. Remember, as a modification, always an option to drop the head, neck, and shoulders, and always an option to not move the leg up as high or come down as low. Limit your range of motion, explore where you feel the most sustainable in your movement, right? Keep the chin up off the chest. Last one here. Good, hold it at 45 degrees. Exhale, this right shoulder over to left thigh. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Nice and slow and controlled. Whew. 4 more slow, and then we'll speed it up in 3. Yes, you can for 2. Good, last one here. Now we speed it up for 8, 7. Exhale, breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Nice work. Rest it down, pull the knees in. Take a deep breath. Whew. We're gonna extend the legs up over the hips now. Reach behind your legs for your calves or your hamstrings and just give yourself a gentle stretch here. Deep breath. Good. Full exhale. Hands are gonna come back behind the head. Always an option to keep head, neck, and shoulders down here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to peel the shoulder blades straight up off the floor. Inhale as you draw both legs down the midline. Open circle wide and exhale pull. Inhale down. Open circle wide and exhale pull. So if your head, neck, and shoulders are down, you look like this. You're rooted through your palms and the backs of your arms. And you're keeping that tailbone pinned to the floor. Low back flat to the mat wherever you are, right? Good. If you've got those shoulder blades up off the floor, keep the back of the neck nice and long. Good. Last one this direction. Let's reverse direction. Take it out and bring it together and lift. Out, down, together and lift. Good for 4 and 3. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Nice work. Bend the knees and rest it down. Good. We're going to bring the feet flat to the floor. Walk the heels in towards the glutes. Send the arms out nice and wide. Press firmly through the palms. Inhale to lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Exhale to hover the floor. Lift and squeeze and hover the floor. Press firmly into the heels, the outer edges of the feet, the ball mounts, really the entire foot, right? Really imprint your foot into the mat. Notice how your core is just alive and fired up. Let's use the core to help lift the pelvis. So draw the belly in first. Keep the contraction through the abdominal wall. Use that to lift and then squeeze your glutes at the top. So abs and glutes working together here. Let's go for 4 and 3. Here's 2. Good, last one, let's hold it up and we tuck it up a little bit higher and deeper for 10 and 9. So notice I'm not really dropping my pelvis at all. I'm relaxing my glutes and then I'm contracting them again. So it's all through the muscle. It's not really through the spine. We're not lowering and lifting the pelvis at all. Up and squeeze for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, hold it up high. Lift the heels, open the knees and exhale, pull. Inhale, open, exhale, pull. And as we open and we rotate through the hip joint, we want to keep the heels high and the glutes clenched. So squeezing super deeply there. Pelvis nice and lifted and super steady. Belly drawn in. Good, lift. Press out and pull in. Go for 4 and 3. Good, 2. Keep squeezing. Hold it out there, so externally rotated slightly, and it's up and squeeze, up and squeeze. So heels are high, glutes are squeezing. Remember, we're not lowering and lifting the pelvis, we're just relaxing and then squeezing through the glutes. And let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that lift, hold that squeeze. Bring the knees back in line with the hips, and we lower the heels and lift. Lower the heels and lift. So working through the calves, working through the hamstrings. Can you keep the hip bones right where they are the entire time? Good, it's up and squeeze. Up and squeeze. Let's go for 5 and 4, 3, 2. Hold those heels high. Final tuck up here. Let's tuck it up. 10. The deepest you can. 9. The biggest squeeze. 8. Good. Exhale, lift. 7 and 6. 5, 4, 3 and a hold. 2. Holds it high. Big squeeze. Big lift. Breathing. 4, 3, 2. And slowly roll it down. Nice work. Pull the knees in. Rock side to side. Massage your low back. Great job. All right, let's rock it up to seated. We'll finish strong here with our forearm plank. So bring your forearms down to the floor. Tuck your toes under. Lengthen your legs back behind you. Tuck your tailbone slightly. Squeeze your glutes. Pick your chin up off your chest, lengthening through your neck. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, pike your hips up and back. Dolphin pose. And we're going to flow from pike to dolphin, or from dolphin to plank is what I'm trying to say. So we flow forward and exhale, belly in, hips up. Inhale forward and exhale, press back. So notice my chin stays up off the chest the entire time. My neck stays long the entire time. Just a moving plank really. So a long line of energy from forearm plank to pike. Let's go for 4. Keep the belly in. Exhale, press back. For 3 and exhale, press. For 2, feel the entire body working here. Good, last one, hold your pike. We're gonna drop hips down to the right. Exhale, pike through center. Down to the left, get low. Exhale, pike through center. So you're pivoting on your feet a little bit. We're twisting through the waist. We keep the chin up the entire time. We take it down and exhale, lift. Inhale down and exhale, lift. You have 4 and 3. Last 2. Last 1. Let's float it back to forearm plank and hold. You've got it. Tuck the tailbone, pick the chin up, press up in between the shoulder blades. Breathe and hold for 8. You can for 7. Feels so good for 6. Finish strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop your knees carefully. Sink your hips back to your heels. Send your arms back behind you. And just rest your left side of your head on the floor. Deep breath in, full breath out. Good, and then switch Right side of your face to the mat, just stretching out your neck. Let your shoulders round and fall forward. Relax. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. Coming back to center. Hands come in front of you. Let's take a tabletop. Left hand to the center of the mat. Inhale, open up through the right. And then exhale, thread your needle. Right cheek back to the floor. As you walk your right arm across, keep your hips high. Feel a stretch here between the shoulder blades. Option to find a bind with that left hand and your arm behind the small of your back, wrap it around your thigh. Only if that's available to you. And if it's not, no problem. Good. Bring your palm back to the floor. Inhale, open up. And switch sides right away. Right hand comes to the center of the mat. Inhale, open up to the left. Exhale and thread the needle, keeping the hips high. So gentle twist through the spine. Nice stretch across the top of the back. Option to find that bind if it's available to you on this side. If not, just stay where you are. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. Carefully press into your palm. Inhale. Open up, and then bring it back to center, cat-cow. So much core work today, so let's stretch it out. Inhale, lengthen from navel to chin, arching your back, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, top through the tailbone, round through the spine, stretch through the back of the body. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and round. One more time here. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look in. Back to tabletop. Walk your hands a handprint in front of where they are. Send the toes out to the edges of the mat. Tuck them under. Lift the hips up and back. Move your feet or adjust your feet so that they're in line where you'd like them to be. And take your time pedaling out through your legs. Stretching through the calves and the backs of the knees. Lengthening there, and then hold in stillness. Deep breath in, full breath out. Good. Carefully bring your gaze up towards your hands, and then walk your feet up a little bit closer towards the top of your mat, and then pause when you're standing forward fold. Bend your knees a lot. Let your head hang heavy. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Go for ragdoll pose. Bend into your elbows. Grab your opposite elbows and gently sway side to side. Releasing your low back. Tractioning your spine. Good. Releasing the neck. Letting the head hang heavy. Stretching through the shoulder joints. Good. And then when you're ready, arms come long. Inhale carries you up as you stack your spine all the way up to standing. Taking a deep breath in. Reaching those arms up. Exhale as you draw your hands through heart center. Pause here. Take a moment to thank yourself and thank your body. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a wonderful class. Happy Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.